Today I'm going to show you how to make elderflower champagne. Now to start you need a bowl, some scales, 1.5 pounds of sugar or 681 grams. I'm going to pop that in there. And 2 pints of boiling water. I've got a jug with a pint, it's easier than measuring it. Pour it over the sugar. I've got a wooden spoon and stir until the sugar has dissolved. Once the sugar has dissolved, then add 6 pints of cold water. I've already put 4 in, so I'm just adding the remaining 2. Be mindful, whatever you use to make this in, it's big enough. This really big mixing bowl is just about big enough, but only just. I've got about 1.5 inches from the top and I've got to stir it, so I'm going to have to be careful. So you then add the zest and rinds of the lemon with the juice. I've already juiced and zested one, so I'm just going to gently pop them in with the juice. And then I'm going to do the same with the other lemon. I'm going to zest it. If you haven't got a zester, don't worry. Just use a potato peeler or something like that. It's not the end of the world. Using a grater is really, really hard work. So I'll use a zester or an apple peeler. So I'll take the zest off. These are really handy to have, these zesters. Juice out. Get the pips out as best you can. It really doesn't matter if the odd one floats in there because you're going to strain it anyway, so the pips aren't going to go into the finished product. So pop them in. With this elderflower champagne, you don't need yeast because we're using natural yeasts. So that makes it a little bit simpler. So pop the juice in. Slide the zest in. Elderflowers. Get scissors. Cut the ends off. Don't worry about getting a wee bit of stalk in, but just get most of it off. The recipe says 4 large elderflower heads. Mine were largish, and as there was such a plentiful supply, I picked a 5th for good measure. So just use your judgment. Different plants vary as to how big the heads are, and it does all depend how elderflower you like it. So the elderflower heads are all in there. The recipe then says for 2 tablespoons of white wine vinegar. I don't have that, so I'm going to stick cider vinegar in. I'm sure it'll be fine. If you haven't got, I would only put a white vinegar in, and either just clear vinegar or white wine vinegar. I'm going to put a bit more in because it wasn't right up to the top. Don't put any strong vinegar in, like malt vinegar, because that would ruin it. So either cider vinegar or white wine vinegar. And then stir everything all together. Careful that it doesn't go over the top because it is quite full. And then we will leave this for 2 days to infuse, stirring a couple of times during those 2 days. I have a cover to put over the top Really recommend having something like this because it's absolutely perfect for keeping anything you don't want getting into it while it's infusing. In 2 days' time, I will strain this into empty plastic bottles. I will need 3 of these lemonade bottles, so my son's going to have to start drinking lemonade. He thinks it's in clover because we don't normally have plastic products, but I've made an exception, so I need something to put the champagne in. So I will strain them in through a fine sieve. If you haven't got a sieve, you could use a funnel with a piece of muslin in it to strain it through, because you just want to get all the bits out. And then leave a gap at the top because obviously it will expand because it will start to ferment. And in 6 weeks' time, you should have a yummy elderflower champagne. So make sure you store it somewhere dark and cool, because you don't want it getting too hot because it might get a little bit overactive. And if you want to see the next stage of the process, because obviously I've started it, subscribe to my YouTube channel and you will get notifications.